All right, it looks like California and Oregon came in for Kamala Harris. However, um, we still have Georgia. Is that Wisconsin that they're waiting on? New York. Um, uh, okay, you guys, listen. You know what? I'm just like, they don't want to say it. They don't want to say it. But this guy just said it, but he didn't say it. He's like, oh, Trump is leading by 100 and something thousand votes. And even if Kamala comes up in this county, oh, this, that, and the next, they know, they know it's over. And you know what? You know what? I'm not going to have a conniption. First of all, I think Kamala did very well, even though she lost, the states that she did. It wasn't like a blowout, it wasn't a landslide, and she held her own. So I think she has performed and is performing better than I thought she would, because I really thought that Trump was going to just blow her out and it was going to be a landslide. But at the same time, I, I think it was clear for me from the start. And if you go back on from the very first video I made about this in my politics podcast, I was very frank and I got a lot of nasty comments, most of which I didn't approve, that tried to shoot the messenger on this. But and again, it's not over, as they said, here, is it CNN? Or, yes, CNN. I mean, Kamala still could somehow win with the blue wall, whatever that even means. But I think they know that she's not going to win with the blue wall. She's not going to win with the blue wall. It's very unlikely she'll win Pennsylvania, and everybody concurs that without Pennsylvania, she can't get to 270 votes. It just is completely unlikely. And Trump is ahead in all of these states anyway. So it's kind of like they know that she can't win, but they don't want to say it, because if they did, it would be sort of like, prejudicing the other candidate, the candidate who's not winning. But I can say it. Kamala is not going to win, you guys. Kamala's not going to win. And guess what, you guys? Guess what? I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say it. Just listen to everything I said in this podcast from the start, and that will speak for itself. But the thing is that, again, I think Kamala performed exceptionally well, much better than I thought she would. I thought this whole thing was going to be red, and it wasn't. But the idea that she had these massive rallies and all these people cheering at these rallies, as somehow that being made to mean that, oh, she's trouncing Trump. I mean, I've seen it so many times. I mean, before, even with Hillary, the fact that you have a big rally or a bigger rally doesn't mean anything. People go to these rallies for the party atmosphere. They go to scream and shout and carry on. And some of them flat out go to deceive, to make it look one way when it's the other way. They are plants, right? And I said from the start that they are lying. It's a lie. It's a lie to go to a rally ranting, raving, and shouting as if you're really into the candidate. You're going to vote for the candidate. And you know darn well that you're not going to vote for the candidate. This is a lie, right? But the thing that really gets me with this whole thing is that I am not a Harvard educated person. I am not even, a middle tier school educated person. For all practical purposes, I don't even have an IQ. It's at zero, okay? And I could tell you from the start that Kamala Harris could not win this election, no matter what she did, no matter how great she was, no matter how well she does in the debates, no matter how much people rant and scream and rave at her rallies. She could not win from the very start. And it's no fault of her own, except that in some ways it is. They never should have taken Joe Biden out of this race. right? In my opinion, because Joe Biden is the profile of a president in a way that Kamala is not historically in America, right? I don't make the rules, don't shoot the messenger. I am not the one who did this, right? I can't do anything about it, right? Americans have had how many ever presidents they have had, 47, 46 at this point, and every last one of them fit the same exact profile. They're white males. The one time they erred, or not erred, but it wasn't an error, but the one time they didn't vote for a white male, they voted for a male who was half white, right? This male's mother was white, his uncle was white, he had his uncle parading on the stage all the time. This matters. Now, people don't want to hear that, right? They shoot the messenger. This is not true. This is not why we didn't vote for her. It's the economy. It's this, it's that. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Because if you had put a different candidate in there, a man, and in this particular election, yes, a white man, because why would you have to do that? Because it's the only way to stop Donald Trump in America at this time, right? Because America is going to vote for a white male for president for some time to come, until that female candidate comes up that is so electrifying that they can't say no. She is going to come, but she's not going to look like Kamala Harris. That's the truth. Now, you can shoot the messenger all you want. I don't make the rules. Don't shoot the messenger. Not even Hillary Clinton could make it. And she is in the right package, but she was not dynamic enough for them. She had all this baggage with the email. Her husband had been president, so they had the nepotism thing going, etc., etc. There's going to be another one, but she's not the first one, is not going to look like Kamala Harris, right? That doesn't mean anybody's sexist. That doesn't mean anybody's racist. It means that people are going to vote for what they are comfortable with and familiar with, right? The tried and true. But it's more than just that with Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a formidable candidate. And even if you had put a white male up against him, that white male would have had his work cut out for him. Joe Biden had the benefit of COVID. He got away, he slid in. Had it not been for COVID, Joe Biden would not have won. That's a fact. Shoot the messenger all you want, right? So now, the thing about Trump is that this is a candidate that has a following that you're just like, what is going on? These people are brainwashed, right? And to some extent, I would not say that you're completely off base with that analysis, right? I mean, Trump is a different kind of candidate. Trump fascinates people. I am fascinated by Trump. I've always said that. Completely fascinated by Trump. I mean, I didn't vote for Trump, right? I don't want Trump to be president a second time because I don't think it's going to be good for relations in the country and all that's going to happen, the dramas. But you have to understand, Americans like a villain. They are a movie obsessed culture. The movies that do well in America, you always have the bad guy, you always have the villain, you have the high speed chases, you have the guns, you have the this, you have the that. Americans love that, right? And Trump brings all the drama and then some, right? All these court cases they lined up against this man. You know what's going to happen? He's going to be president, and all those people are going to lose their jobs somehow. They're all going to lose their jobs. The judges are going to lose their jobs. The attorney generals, the district attorneys, all of them are going to lose their jobs. And you're going to be like, oh, I don't know. You don't know how America works. It's not going to happen. Trump will make it happen. This is what you need to understand. The Constitution is going to change. Trump will never stop being president. He's going to get a third term, or he's going to be president until he dies. They're not going to throw him in jail. They're never going to get a chance to